Welcome back to How to Clay It. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be making hot dogs, and not just any hot dogs, but foot-long hot dogs, okay? So I want to try out a few different kinds. I want to try a chili and cheese dog, a cheese and jalapeno, maybe something with onions and relish, and then let's see, I also want to try a grilled hot dog too. So I might come up with some different combinations other than those, but I don't know. I want to see how those come out first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so for my hot dogs, I wanted to use this little piece of plastic from a pack of pins I had to display them with. So I'm gonna mix some white and beige together, and this is gonna be for my hot dog buns. So once I have that, I'm just gonna take that and roll it out really thin to the size that I need for each bun. So I made this little template just so I would have each bun the same size and they could all look pretty uniform. So once I have that cut out, I'm just gonna shape it into more of a hot dog bun shape. When I have the shape I need, I'm gonna bring out my pastels. So I'm gonna be using some beige, burnt orange, and brown to shade my hot dog just so it can look baked. So once I have that done, I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife to cut a split down the middle, and I tried not to press too hard so my knife wouldn't go all the way through. So once I have that open, I'm just gonna smooth out any imperfections that I may have made with my knife inside of the hot dog bun. And then I'm gonna take my needle tool and add in some texture. So you don't have to texture the entire bun because where the hot dog is, you won't see that part. I'm also going to take some aluminum foil and just add in more texture where the hot dog might have creases. All right, so now that that's done, you just want to repeat that a few more times. So I ended up making 5 in total. So for my hot dog, I'm going to be using translucent red, reddish brown, and a little white. So I'm going to mix all of these together. So once I have that mixed, I'm going to go ahead and roll it out into the shape that I need and size I need for my hot dogs. So once I have this to the size I need, I'm just going to use that same template I had for my buns, and I'm going to use that to cut out some little hot dog weenies. So I'm going to make sure it fits into the bun that I have. Looks pretty good, so I decided to stick with that size. So now that I have all of my hot dogs cut out, I'm going to go ahead and add them to the buns. Alright, so I'm going to set this to the side for now, and then I'm going to get started with my toppings. So I'm going to start with onions, and I'm going to mix some translucent with a little bit of white. We're going to take that, mix it up, and then I'm going to roll it out flat and cut out some slivers. So once I have those cut out, I'm just going to add them to some foil so I can bake them. And then once they're baked, I'm going to chop them up into little slices that resemble onions. So for my relish, I'm just going to take some pickle slices from one of my previous videos, and I'm going to chop those up pretty small. And once I have them chopped up, I'm going to mix in some liquid clay just to make it easier to work with and easier to add to my hot dogs. For my jalapenos, I'm going to take that same pickle cane. I'm going to roll it out really thin, and then I'm just going to chop out some slices. So once I have all the slices I needed, I'm going to take my smallest dotting tool, and I'm just going to go in and add in 3 dots to each slice, just to make it resemble a jalapeno. So for my chili, I'm going to take that reddish brown clay I have, and I'm going to use my needle tool to go in and scratch out some clay. So I'm doing this technique just so it can resemble ground beef. So once I have that, I'm going to bake it, and then I'm going to go in and chop it up a little more with my X-Acto knife. So to make it look more like chili, I'm gonna add in some liquid clay, a little bit of brown, and some yellow, and I'm gonna mix that up. So for my ketchup and mayo, I just use liquid clay and red and yellow pastels. And for my cheese, I use liquid clay, yellow pastels, and a little white clay. So now it's time to put all of this together. I'm gonna take my cheese and spread it out on 2 of my hot dogs. For these, I'm gonna add jalapenos and chili. For the next hot dog, I'm just gonna take that ketchup that I made and I'm just gonna spread it out on top. My next hot dog will have the relish and the onions and the mustard. So I'm just gonna take that and add it to it. My last hot dog, I wanted to make it look grilled, so I used my needle tool to go in and make some marks. And I'm not sure what happened to my footage, but I just went in with my paintbrush and added in some black. So I'm gonna bake these. For my grilled hot dog, I wanted to add some barbecue sauce to it. So I just took some gloss glaze and added in some brown, red, and yellow and mixed it up, and then I'm gonna add that to the top. And I'm only adding this to my grilled hot dog. For my other hot dogs, for the toppings, I'm gonna add a gloss glaze. And then for the buns and the actual hot dog, I'm gonna add a matte glaze. I also decided to go in and just add more color to my buns because I feel like they kind of got faded after I baked them. So I'm just gonna use some water and pastels just to go back in and add another layer of color. So after I glaze these, I'm done. And here's my finished product. I think they came out really good. And here's how they looked on the plastic holder. Alright, so that wraps up this video. I think my hot dogs came out really good. Let me know what you guys think down below. I also did want to show you guys something I made a while ago. And it's this tiny little Krispy Kreme box. And inside of it are little mini assorted donuts. If you guys can see that or not. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing me make a video like this, because I've been wanting to recreate these and do some different donut flavors. So I might do that pretty soon actually. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.